But we're gonna get into it. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I have to go live on multiple platforms, so let me go and get this thing loaded. Yes, sir, baby, I'm a boss. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, yeah. I don't know where you're watching from. Thank you for being here. If you're on TikTok, click the link in the bio and click my YouTube channel and watch from there because YouTube pays me and what you call it don't. Nobody else pays me, right? And then the money I get from YouTube is buying me a cup of donuts, right? It's minimal at best, but you don't have to follow anything. Just watch from there because it gives me watch time and it gives me a couple $100 a month, which puts gas in the cars, which helps. But thank y'all for being here. Somebody said I keep a I put that I wasn't interested in your form 4 times, 5 times in a row. No offense to you though, Richard. And I look at it like I'm not offended. I think life gives you layups a lot. Alanis Morissette talks about a lot. It's like good advice that you just didn't take. It's like rain on your wedding day, that type of thing. Some things happen for a reason. I think a lot of y'all are here for a reason. Something in your life is off, something in your life is not where you need it to be, and something in your life needs to be corrected. And sometimes you need an objective person to tell you, yo, man, you're messing up. Because one thing about me when it comes to money and finances, I'm extremely unbiased in it. I look at it from a numbers perspective. It's pretty much the only thing in society that's fair, in my personal opinion. I'm not, I don't push people certain ways. I don't tell people to do things this way or that way. It's just numbers. It's just numbers. And some people say, well, what's the best investment to get into? Okay, well, let's look at the numbers. Is apartment complexes outperforming stocks? Is stocks outperforming ETFs? Are money markets outperforming business owner, being an absentee owner? Is 401k outperforming TSP, outperforming Roth IRAs? What's the last 6 months have been doing? What's the last 6 years been doing? What is the projected 6 months are doing? And once you start looking at them from a numbers perspective and just surely percentage, 15 is greater than 9. 25 is greater than 17. If something says it's going to do over 10 years, 18%, and another one says over 10 years it's going to do 9%, well, put your money statistically where it's going to make you more money. There's no bias to it. And a lot of people make money about bias. A lot of people say, oh man, it did good for me in the past, or man, this is the next hit. I don't care about the next hit. I don't care about that. I look at things from an unbiased perspective. Is this statistically going to make me money? If it does, put it there. Wait 6 months. If it ain't doing what it's supposed to do, then pivot. No bias, no opinions. Don't care. It's just numbers, man. Man, I got a cousin that said they did this, and I don't give a shit about your cousin. The numbers say that this ain't the play. So it is what it is. But somebody said that they keep I keep popping up on their feed. And they said they don't want to see my content and they keep blocking me. Sure. Hey, God is a great and mysterious person, right? I'm not trying to make this about religion, but maybe you need to be told or showed something in your personal finances. And one thing about that too is I think a good outside perspective on anything in your life will always be good. So sometimes people give you the best advice who don't know you because they have no skin in the game. Like your parents can be biased, your friends, your spouse, your kids, your best friend, your co-workers, their opinions are biased. But somebody like me, when people ask me about money, I don't I don't care who you are. I'm just looking at the numbers, man. Right? And I'll see people, I swear to you, I will get people and I'll say, when's the last time you reviewed your stock portfolio? When's the last time you reviewed your IRA, your 401k, your index funds? When's the last time you reviewed it? I don't know. Okay, cool. Let's look at it. This shit says right here, over the last 9 years, you've been doing 1.8% interest. You think that's good? No, that don't sound good. You can right, it ain't good. So what you gonna do? Same thing. Or when's the last time you reviewed your check statement or your debit cards to see if you had any unnecessary fees or reoccurring fees? Here we go. Let's get some homework going. Go to your bank account. Okay. Go to your bank account. Go to all your transactions. Type in the keyword reoccurring and hit enter over the last 6 months. When the last time you did that? I do it every month. And you know what I check for? Reoccurring bills that I did not authorize. What the? $12 Shopify? $15 Temu? Who has a reoccurring bill on Apple Music? We don't even have an Apple in the house. Click, delete. And you wouldn't think that $10, $12, $5 would add up, but it do. It for damn sure does. You know? So that's one of y'all homeworks for today. Just review your checking account statement, search the word reoccurring, and see how many come up. And if it's not a bill, get rid of it. If it's not a bill, get rid of it. If you don't need it. So Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, we're done with that. I just broke down why the American economy is going to hit a recession. You can't afford to be $12 a month on Hulu to watch one weak ass show. It ain't worth it. It ain't even worth it. You know what you need to do? I broke this down before. I'm gonna break it down to y'all again. This is a way that you can truly save money when it comes to your finances, right? And it's entertainment, right? Just out of curiosity, how much money do y'all spend every month for cable and or Netflix? So just put them in the chat. Cable, $60. YouTube TV, $70. Netflix, $10-15. Apple TV, $8. Hulu, $12. Peacock, $15. And I'm sure I'm missing some. I know I'm missing some. You're spending $150 a month to watch TV? What the fuck, man? This is what you do. You get you a smart TV. Say word, word. Smart TV is gonna be about $300. You go down to Walmart and you get the best TV antenna they got. Okay? The best TV antenna they got is probably gonna be $50, maybe $100, right? I have an antenna that I take everywhere with me. I spend $150 on it, and I hop my ass on the roof, and I mount it to the roof or the side of my house, and I run a wire all the way to my two main TVs. You do a search for air channels / satellite channels and digital channels. It will give you 60 to 70 local channels. Then your smart TV, which should be a Samsung, they have what's called Samsung TV or Samsung Air or Samsung some shit like that. That Samsung Air or Samsung Cable, whatever it is, it's free with your internet. So now you have another 200 channels. So now you have 200 channels from Samsung TV, and then you have another 60 channels from your satellite. But I'm not done. You get 3 of your buddies or 4 of your buddies. I don't give a damn who you do it with. This is how you do it. One of y'all have Netflix. One of y'all have Hulu. One of y'all have Disney Plus. And one of y'all have like Amazon Prime or some shit. And y'all all share each other's passwords. So one person has access to Netflix, share. One person has Netflix, share. One person has Hulu, share. Disney Plus, share. Right? Now you're spending $10 for 4 major services. But Mr. Richard, I want to watch football. I didn't say I was finished yet. Now you go out there and you get you a jailbroken Fire Stick. Go on Facebook Marketplace, type in jailbroke Fire Stick. They're like $80. And or you can get what's called a hot box. I think they're called hot boxes. Hot box gives you every pay-per-view, movie, TV, sporting event, Amazon Fire Sticks, every pay-per-view, every movie, every sporting event, every pay-per-view event there is. The Amazon Stick's gonna run you about 80 to 100, or you can get you what's called a smart box or a fire box or a hot box. I don't even know what they're called, but they're like $200. You plug that onto your main TV. Now you got all the sports. You got the Olympics. You got the fight, Jake Paul weak ass fighting or whatever hell it is. You got all that stuff. And now your reoccurring bill is $10 because you only have Disney Plus and you share it out with your family and friends. And then you share their other accounts. That, my friend, is how we do it. It's not about, going out here trying to make all this kind of money all the time. Sometimes you just got to be cheap and not spend your money on dumb shit. So, homework for the day is to log onto your bank account, review your files, search the word reoccurring, and I want you to write down what it is, how much it was for the last 6 months. Add it up. I know it's a lot. Because I see people do it all the time. I get it. You need your Netflix. You need your Hulu. You need your cable. Right? And the fucked up part about it is most of y'all spend your time on your phone anyway. You put on Netflix and stroll on your phone. You put on the local news and stroll on your phone. You put on a TV show and you stroll on your phone. It's crazy. You spending money on shit that you don't even use. You just want the ideal of having it. But I just gave you access to all your shows, all the pay-per-view, all the upcoming movies, your local channels, and the free channels on Satellite Plus. And then download an app called Plex, Plex.tv. Put that on every TV in your house, and it has another 300 channels for free. And you can stream from your device to any device in the world. You got to pay a flat fee. I think it's like $70 or something, maybe $100, but you get lifetime access. Ooh, lifetime access for $100. I bet it ain't a recurring fee. So how much money did we spend here? $350 on a smart TV, a satellite, $50. That's $400. Fire stick, $80. You at $480. And a Plex subscription, a one-time Plex, $80. You at $550. You pretty much cut every subscription service you have, which will pay for itself in a year. Like, damn, Mr. Richard, that's pretty smart. If I can write it smart, I've been doing it for 10 years. I mean, shit. Why pay $100 a month for 10 years? I just do that. I mean, you have too much accessibility to the world for you to be paying for stuff, man. It's just, hey, whatever. Let's get to some other stuff, man. I know y'all don't want to talk about that stuff. Diversity. Let's get into it. So, individuals saying that, I'm gonna put in the comment, man, I'm sorry I'm behind on my comments. Yeah. Somebody said I don't spend nothing on any of that. I have a broken Fire Stick, and someone stole my Netflix password, but I just use my Fire Stick. Wow, didn't I just say that? The Fire Stick is comically the best thing since sliced bread. You can jailbreak Roku's too, but I ain't done it. I just know that the Fire Stick works. Anyways, we're talking about different investment. We're talking about apartments versus other avenues to invest in. Apartments have outperformed the stock market for centuries. I don't think so. That's another story though. Good times for third home, cash flow, rentals, clear. So an individual here said he has 3 properties that clears $5,500. Hope that's a month. A year wouldn't even be bad either. Shoot, $5,000 a month, that's $60,000 a year. And 2 cash flow properties, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. A lot of people talk about wealth and generation and all this other kind of stuff. And a lot of people really overlook the basics, right? You can build more equity in your primary home than a lot of other investments. A lot. For those who out there who have been on the fence or been waiting for the right market or thinking that, man, I need to, I'm thinking about owning my own home, but I never really pulled the trigger. Owning your own home will be one of the best financial decisions you will ever make. I want y'all to really, if anybody want to comment, like how much you pay for your home, when did you buy it, and what it's worth now. I mean, the numbers are astronomical. This house I'm in, I bought a little bit before COVID. I think it was $635. $635. I might owe $600 now. It's worth $900,000. That's $300,000 in a 4-year period, which breaks down to about $75,000 a year. Think about it. You're making more money than you're making more money in equity in your home than you are working. the average person in America makes $56,000 a year. This home is made $75,000 a year. What's a better investment, your job or this house? And all I'm doing is living in it and paying the bills. Now that house payment a monster, I ain't gonna lie about it. The interest rates are nuts. However, the amount of equity I'm building is supersede all of that. You know? Do money sleep? Money never sleeps. In order to buy a yacht, you was talking about do you invest in apartments? Huh? Investing in a yacht. If you want a yacht. But I'm gonna tell you something about money. A lot of people look at money blindly. You have to have a game plan, people. Right? You have to have a game plan. What is your plan? Right? And if your plan isn't working out, step back, repivot, hit it a different way. All right? The guy out here talking about using apartments to buy a yacht. Cool. You can use stocks to buy a yacht. You can use a business to buy yachts. You can use REITs to buy a yacht. Now, is the yacht the goal? If yachts aren't the goal, then I don't give a shit about the yacht. If a bigger house is the goal, then cool. Let's focus on a bigger house. How much is your house payment that you want? You want a $3 million house? For every $1 million you finance is about $7,000 to $8,000. 3 million, 8 times 3, that's 21,000. You need a debt to income ratio less than 45%. 45% of 21,000 is 45,000 a month. 45,000 a month over a year is $510,000. $525,000 is what you need to make to get a $3 million house. Okay. Now, what's going to pay you $525,000 a year? You see what I just did? It's just numbers. It's just numbers, man. There's no bias to this. If I want a $3 million house, I need to make $525,000 a year to get a $3 million house. If I want a $10 million boat, then I need to make the money that it takes for that payment. Once you understand what you're going for, just reverse engineer it. Work backwards, right? I tell people all the time to do this. Write everything you want in life on a piece of paper. And then figure how much it costs. Then figure out the monthly payment. Add all those monthly payments up, and that's how much you need to make. It's a crazy concept. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to think that you writing everything down, you coming up with how much it makes, how much it costs, and you figuring out how much you need to make to do it. It's a crazy concept to think of it, but it's doable. And just so you think I'm not out here practicing what I don't preach, me and my wife made this about 10 years ago. I look at it almost every day. We want a house in Florida on the lake. Wow, it's almost like the shit came true. House in Costa Rica, Bahamas, and we ain't got that shit. A house on the Gulf of Mexico, whatever. 2 dogs. Take a vacation to Bora Bora every year. That should be taxing. Kids' education. a maid and a chef, enough income to support our lifestyle. My kids want all this other kind of crap. Yeah. It's kind of funny what your ideas and your dreams were. But once you sit down and think, okay, well, a house in Florida is $100,000, $1 million. Well, what's $1 million payment? That's $8,000. What's a house in Costa Rica cost? $1 million. That's another $8,000. A house off the Gulf of Mexico, say $500,000. That's $4,000 payment. That's $20,000 a month. To finance that, you need to make about 45% of that. It's $45,000 a month. Easy money, man. Easy money. The bad part about it, I hide this from my wife. I want to see it because she gonna hold me to this. Even though I make that now, probably more than that. Actually, I do make more than that. That's a whole nother story. There's so many fake accounts out there. All right, I'm gonna get the disclaimer out there. Let's get the disclaimer out there. I apologize, people, for those who have been exposed to my dummy accounts. I try not to talk about it a lot, but there are a lot of fakers out there who will send you messages and saying that they're me. The crazy part about it is I've gotten messages from accounts saying they're me, asking me for money, which doesn't even make any sense. I'll say, hey man, did you check the account? Did you check who you looking at? And then they won't reply back. And then I'll just block them. I'm like, how are you going to ask me for money saying you're me? Right? But I will never DM you and say, yo, give me some money and that kind of stuff like that. I only host webinars and they're free to go to. And if you want anything from me, just ask me there. It's the easiest way to do it because I don't want you to think that I'm trying to like DM you or scam you and stuff like that. And if you ever gotten scammed by an account that's mine, shoot me a DM. And I can't just give you random money because anybody will say, yo, man, I get you $500 and I don't want to do that. Even though I genuinely want to give people their money back if they got ripped off by a fake me, but I don't know how to verify it. And then people just call me and say, yo, man, your fake account gave me $80. Now I got to send you $80 and you just saying it. All right, somebody commented, trying to get over the fear of being successful. Think about it like this, man. You've done nothing so far, and where's that gotten you? You've done what society has told you for the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I don't know how old you are, but you've done what society told you your whole life. And where's that gotten you? So let's think about it. Let's put it in perspective. Teachers tell you, your mom tells you, yo, get up when you need to go to bed early. You need to get up and go to school. Teacher says, you want to be successful, get good grades. Your parents tell you, you'll be successful, get good grades. Your teachers tell you, yo, man, you want to be successful, go to college. So what do? You go to college, right? Don't know why you go to college. Don't know what career field you're going to go into. 62% of all college students are on an undecided major. 62%. Motherfuckers just there just to go. They don't know why, right? So you go to college, you're 2 years in, and you finally make up your mind doing like general studies or biology or psychology or some shit that you're not going to do anything with. So then you get out. Now you got $100,000 worth of debt. You try to get a job, but everybody in America who graduated with the same degree trying to get those same damn jobs. So you don't work in that industry that you go into, right? I think it's like 28% of the people who go to college work in the field that they got their degree in. 28%. So 30, 70, 72% of people got fucking degrees for nothing. I don't make the numbers up. I'm just telling you what they are. I don't care. I mean, I'm just telling you. By show of hands or show in the chat, who got a job in the career field that they went to school in? Or vice versa. Who got a job in the career field they got a degree in? I got a degree in aerospace engineering. I own multiple companies, man. What the hell is that doing? Right? Went to school for engineering. Went for management. Well, I went for business, but I guess technically, but the most people don't even get a job in that career field. So now what do? You go out there and get a bullcrap job just to make ends meet to pay for this damn student loans you got, right? And it ain't enough, right? So the idea of people deem success is what? Now you need to go out, get a girlfriend, get a wife, or a spouse, and you go do that. And they did the same dumb thing you did. They went to college, working a bullcrap job, but y'all fall in love, y'all get married, right? When y'all gonna get married? When y'all get married? Cool. Now y'all need to get a house, right? Y'all gonna stay in this apartment forever? Or y'all need to start having babies, right? Society's telling you this. You probably don't even want kids, but everybody telling you, man, you need to go, you need to have some babies, you need to buy a house, you need to do all this and do all that. And what do? You go out here and do all this dumb shit, right? You go out there and you buy a house, right? Working 2 mediocre jobs, barely making ends meet, but you feel like you're throwing your money away if you're renting. So, but you feel like you can make it if y'all got 2 incomes. So 2 tiers, 1 bucket, let's go for it. So now y'all both go out and get a job. I mean, y'all both go out there and get a house. Entry level home, $350,000 while. For every $1,000, for every $100,000 finance is $800. So 3.5 times 800, your payment is $2,250, maybe $2,400. But y'all got 2 mediocre jobs, y'all can make it work. And then what happens? When them grandbabies coming along, I need them grandbabies. I need them grandbabies. But y'all have 2 mediocre jobs. Y'all got a house, and then what do y'all do? Man, I can't be driving this crap box I had in college. I need to get me a nice car because I'm working hard, right? I went to college. I want to reap some rewards. So you go out and get your wife a decent car, right? Maybe a $400-500 payment. You go out there and get you a decent little truck, $400-500 payment. So now you got, $1,000 worth of car payments and a $2,500 house payment. You $3,500 in the hole. That's damn near 40 grand a year. Just because somebody told you, yo man, you need a new car. The car you had was fine, but you listened to society. The apartment you had was fine, but you listened to society. You could have went out and got that same job, probably without that college education, but you listened to society, and society has told you wrong for years. So then what? I need some grandbabies. Society. When y'all been married, y'all have a family. When them babies gonna come? Society. So what you do? You knock her up, or you get preggo, and what happens? Mommy can't work pregnant, so she quits her job. So now your income is cut in half from these 2 mediocre jobs, right? But you've been working your ass off, so now you got an executive, like some damn shift leader or account manager position. Now you might make a little more money at this job that you didn't get a degree to do. So you got to put in overtime because mommy car need to be paid, and mommy need diapers, and mommy need to go shopping, and you got to pay for this house payment, and now you got to pay for these 2 car payments because mommy ain't working now, and she gonna be out the game for at least 3 years to that damn toddler because you can't afford to have her go back to work because now you got damn daycare, and that's just $1,200 a fucking month, right? So she ain't gonna work until at least the baby 5. That's pre-K. And then you working all hard, working extra hours. Thanks, Jazz. Thanks for the gifts. Then you going through all this other kind of crap. You're working hard and you do nothing with your life. Right? You want to have some fun. You want a motorcycle or a jet ski, hell, or even a vacation. But you can't afford a vacation because all your money going to diapers and car payments. You might have a little 401k saved up, but you can't even touch it. So what do? You want to go to Disney, you put it on a damn credit card. You want to go to a movie every once in a while and enjoy life, you put it on the credit card. You want to go out and take a mini vacay, take your spouse out and get a babysitter and go out and have a normal conversation. Remember the good things in life that y'all enjoyed and shared together before y'all had these damn kids. But you can't afford it, so you put it on the credit card, right? Or heaven forbid, you get a flat tire and now $300 that you wasn't expecting to come out, got to put on the credit card. You'll make the minimum payments because, $40 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month, that ain't shit. But that's going to take you 5 years to pay that shit off. Let's go to Disney, put it on the credit card. Heaven forbid one of the kids jump off the damn refrigerator or something like that, hurt their arm. Now the medical bill is another $200. But you got to put that on the credit card too. So, where does society get you? 2.1 kids, which is the average. The average median income is $54,000. The spouse at home ain't working because they got to take care of the damn kids. The average car payment in America is $743 a month. You got two of them bitches. The average house is $400,000. Your house payment is $2,500. $2,500 plus $1,200 for the house payment. For the cars. Credit card, the average house has $8,000 worth of credit cards. $8,000 worth of credit cards, an extra $100 a month. And then the average vacation costs $3,000 a year. Heaven forbid you go on one of them. Right? I'm just doing the averages. I'm not making these numbers up. You can Google all this stuff. Right? You can look it all up. Right? I study money. I study the workings of people, the psychology behind their spending. That's just what I do. Nerd stuff. The average person has 2.3 kids. The average person has $8,000 worth of student loans. And I'm not even talking about the student loan payments. The average student loan is $63,000. It's two of y'all. That's $120. $120 of student loans, $700 car payments, $7,000 worth of loans, $400,000 house, all because and your wife don't work, you making $56,000 a year. I think it's 56 or 54. Someone want to fact check me? I'll round it up, say 56. $56,000 a year. Pre-tax. That's before you contribute to your 401k. That's before and then all this other kind of crap and taxes. It ain't enough to go around, people. You've been listening to society for years, and society fucking sucks. They don't have no fucking clue, right? You can ask the teacher what do you do to be successful, and a teacher will tell you to go to college. You ask your parents what you need to do to be successful, and what they're going to tell you to do, go to college. But they're not successful. Majority of people in here will not trade their financial life for their parents. Not a lot of people on here will trade their financial life with their teachers. So why are we listening to these people when it comes to our money? If I wanted to learn how to swim real fast, and there's two options. My teacher or Michael Phelps. Where do I go? If I wanted to be the best basketball player in the world, do I go to my parents or do I go to LeBron James? If I wanted to be the best superhero in the world, do I go to my grandparents, or do I go to Superman? Learn what you want to do and be in your life from those who are doing the thing you want to do. If I want to be successful, I don't listen to unsuccessful people, right? Everybody here has a, for lack of a better term, a crackhead uncle or a drunk uncle, right? We all have one. An uncle that always drinks or always on drugs, and he's always trying to tell you what to do. He's funny to be around during the holidays, but he can't tell me sugar from shit. I don't listen to nothing he says. Okay? And you probably do the same thing. You crazy. You funny as hell. Don't listen to nothing he says. Why? Why don't we listen to Unc? Because Unc's life is a reflection of his choices that he's made. So whatever he has to say doesn't give me validation that it's going to be true. Teachers' lifestyle is a reflection of their decisions, right? Go to a high school, go to elementary school, go to a middle school. Drive through the parking lot. You see Lambos, you see Mercedes, you see Bentley coupes. Nope. But if you ask a teacher, which we've all done this, why do you teach? Is it for the money? No, hell no, it's not for the money. I enjoy doing this. So we're listening to people who enjoy their job, not for financial reasons, because they have a passion for teaching about what to do with our careers and our lives. We had guidance counselors in high school who advised us on what to do with our lives. Why the fuck am I listening to them? Why am I listening to you? Right? My mom is a stay-home mom, and my dad drives trucks. I love them to death, but they can't tell me nothing. I mean, let's be real. I mean, when it comes to money, can't tell me nothing. If you want to be successful, you have to associate with those who are successful. You have to associate with those people who have a lifestyle that you can either see yourself with or can visualize yourself being around at some point in time. You know, society has failed y'all, man. And I'm just keeping it real. People hate it, right? And I'm not trying to be the bad guy. I'm just trying to open y'all mind because a lot of this money stuff is mentality and understanding and comprehension. If you think that you're going to be successful with a 9 to 5, you already lost the battle. 3% of millionaires are working 9 to 5. You know what? I need to pick up an extra shift at my job. Oh, I need to get a second job. I'm gonna tell you something. Have you noticed that people with 2 jobs have less money than people with one? Damn, Mr. Richard, they don't want to hear that shit. People with 2 jobs have less money than people with 1 job. Why? They're making more money. Why? It's not about the money, my friends. It really has nothing to do with how much money you make. Nothing. I was active duty in the military. for 21 years. I was a millionaire at year 7. When I was technically a millionaire, I was making base pay $36,000 a year. $36,000 of government employment as an E4. No, I think I made E6. No, I made E5. I made E5. I think I made E5 between year 5 and year 6. But about year 6, year 7, I started doing my calculations because I do a monthly budget or a 6-month budget. I started looking at my assets. I started looking at my liabilities. I started looking at my retirement pension. And I was like, wait. I just I pushed it away and then I brought it back in. And then I did it again. And then I pushed it away and I walked away. And then I came back and I did it again. Called the missus in the room. I said, I hold her hand out, shook her hand, said, congratulations. You're a millionaire. She was like, what? I said, it don't feel like I'm a millionaire. I was like, I don't know what a millionaire feels like. I know what it is. Look on the paper. Started looking at, okay, real estate, income, assets, liabilities, total. Wow. I don't feel any different. I'm gonna just keep doing the same shit I did to get to that point. Right? Just like y'all gonna continue to do the same thing y'all are doing every day. Right? If the world, all the money in the world got split up, they said in about 5.5 years, all the money would be dispersed right back where it was. If all the money in the world was put in one big pot and split up evenly amongst every human being on the planet, it would be somewhere in the range of $146,000. I read this in a book called Time is Money. Actually, Time is Money Part 2. Time is Money. He talked about how if you took all the money on the planet and split it up, how much time would it take for all the money to be right back to where it was? 5.5 years. You was middle class, you'd be right back middle class. You was poor, you'd be right back poor. If you was rich, you'd be right back rich. If you was wealthy, you'd be right back wealthy. And if you was homeless, you'd be right back homeless. Because people are creatures of habit. You are going to do the same dumb shit when you get money than you do without the money. Right? If you go out and you look for Mercedes and BMWs and lifted trucks when you're broke as hell, as soon as you get some money, you know what you're going to do? You're going to go out and you're going to spend your money on BMWs, Mercedes, and lifted trucks, right? If you spend your days at the casino gambling, roulette, craps, slot machines, when you get that inheritance or that get some money, you know what you're going to do? Go play slots, go play roulette. You know, you're a creature of habit. You got bad habits. You're going to do the same dumb shit you're doing now than you was doing with them before you got the money. So if I gave everybody in this room $150,000, 5 years from now, you'd be broke again because you're going to do the same dumb stuff that you're doing now. Like, I'm super cheap. I'm going to be cheap my whole life. And if I got a $150,000 check right now, I'm going to still continue to do the same cheap ass stuff I'm doing now. Because we are creatures of habits. You need some better habits. You need some better people to associate with to get you out of your bad habits. You need to learn processes that make money. You need to learn systems that make money. You need to learn how wealthy people move. What does an average millionaire do on their Friday night? I work. Here's a dashboard and some other shit I need to be logging in. Here's a account that I need to be updating. That's what we do, right? Could I be at the movies? Sure. Could I be on the boat? Sure. Could I be out spending money? Sure. Could I be out at the casino? Sure. But I don't do that shit. And if I lost all my money tomorrow, I'm gonna do the same thing I got do today, and I'm gonna be right back on top. A year max. It is what it is. It is what it is. So let's get to talking about some things. I'm sorry I'm behind on the comments. Someone says barbecue or grilled. I try to eat healthy. So I probably would not do the barbecue thing. I love barbecue, right? Come on, dog. Come on. Barbecue is my thing. But I prefer to eat healthy. Not because it tastes better, because I want to live long. I mean, a lot of things that you do in life is about discipline, right? That's why you don't see a lot of overweight rich people. It is not the fact that they can afford to eat healthy, because the same discipline that drives them to be healthy is the same disciplines to drive them to make money, and the same discipline they use to work out. When you work out, it clears your mind. It releases endorphins to push you more in life. And people who work out statistically are smarter than people who don't, because you ever heard the expression, you are what you eat? If you're engulfing trashy foods, um, those trashy foods release certain toxins in your body, and it makes you like foggy. It makes you sleepier. It makes you disgruntled. It's a whole science to it. But people who eat healthier don't have like crashes like that. They don't have a lot of fog, a lot of fatigue, because their body's not processing fucking Doritos. It's processing lean chicken. So it's like, ooh, I like this. It's processing cabbage and vegetables. Ooh, I like this, instead of me throwing a damn Big Mac in there, and they're like, oh man, you know. But hey, do I like barbecue chicken? Yes. Someone says I'm a vet with a 830 FICO score with 100K. What should I do? Brother, you rich and don't even know it. You are rich and don't even know it. There's so many programs out there for vets. There's so many programs out there for people with money. 100K, 5 or 10% down, you can have $1 million business. $1 million business, anything under $1 million is like anything over like 400 to between 400 and $1 million is a really good sweet spot to start looking at absentee businesses. You have a lot of options, my brother. Yeah. Is there a prediction time on a recession? Hey, I just pointed it out. I think I just showed you. I just talked to you about when people say we're due a recession, because the average recession comes every 61 months. So every 61 months we have a recession, and the recession only lasts 6 months. So the last recession was in 2017. So 2017, 18, 19, 20, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's 7 years. So the average one is 61 months. So when people say we're overdue a recession, that's why they say that. Because technically we are 2 years overdue a recession. You're really gonna have to wait to see what happens after this election. But I think inflation is too high, and the Fed is never going to lower the rate anytime soon, because we got to hedge against the next inflation bubble. Everything costs too damn much, so the working wage needs to catch up. And while we're catching up, I think it's going to trigger a recession. But we really won't know till after this election. That's just my personal guess. But well, hey, what do I know? How do you get a Fire Stick? I talked about it earlier. Go on Facebook Marketplace, search Fire Stick. Right? You'd be surprised what you can find on Facebook. I found a guy who got me a jailbroken switch, meaning that the switch had some kind of chip in it, and I connect the chip to a website, and the website lets me download any game that's out. I had to pay, I think I paid him $150, but I can have any 10 games. But the only stipulation is that I only can have those 10 games at any given time. So there's 10 games on my Switch, and let's say I wanted Zelda or something, I don't know, and I had Super Smash Brothers, and I don't play Super Smash Brothers. I had to get rid of Super Smash Brothers and then get Zelda. So I'm gonna have 10 games at any given time. But for $150 to pretty much have any game for free, right? I found that dude on Facebook. And also, yeah, just go to Facebook Marketplace, type in Fire Stick. I'm sure you can find some guys that can. I'm sure you can find some guys out there. How about Tubi TV? Tubi's free as long as you have internet. Tubi's a good one. Tubi's good. Let me think. Plex TV is good, and there's another one. Roku TV is good. I'm just talking about all the free ones, man, because I don't care, right? I'll throw on some like Price is Right special or something like that, and they show Price is Right for 3 hours. I don't care, right? I'm not here to be super entertained. I sometimes just need like background noise. But my local channels can kind of do that too. How are cleaning businesses to purchase run without cleaning myself? Well, first of all, Mr. Hammer, anytime I talk about ownership of a business, I'm always going to talk about the perspective of me not doing the work. You see these manicures? You see these pretty fingers? You think I want to be out here doing the damn work? Right? If I'm doing the work, I failed. Okay? I have failed. You need to look at businesses that have good systems, good teams, good employees, good management, long track record, and all that kind of stuff, right? Which I teach you. And I teach you for free. Click the link in the bio, join the free class. It's called Be Your Own Boss. Someone said, how are you doing today? What are you talking about today? Shit, everything, Holmes. We're talking about house value. Somebody said they bought their house in 2016. Someone said they bought their house in 2016 for $419. Now it's worth 1.2. So let's think about it. Let's do some simple math, right? No, because I lie, you lie, but numbers don't. $1.2 million minus $419,000. That's $781,000 since 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 8 years. Divided by 781,000 divided by 8, that's $97,000 worth of equity per year in their home. Meaning their house has made more money than they made probably as an employee. Home ownership is one of the easiest ways to get ahead in life. If you don't own a home, you might need to consider it. And that's not even talking about if you're single and renting out rooms and stuff. Now you got a whole different ball game on it. Now you're making money to live there. That's not including if you bought a duplex. Now you're making money to live there. That's not including if you bought a quadplex. Now you're making money to live there. Triplex, same thing. If you don't have a home now and you want one, you should have one in probably the next 6 months. That's just my personal opinion. Somebody said I bought my house in 2016. I paid 130. I owe 101. It's worth two. I have $228,000 worth of equity. All right, cool. 101 plus 228. That house is worth $329,000. $329,000. He bought it in 2017. Sorry, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 8 years. It has $228,000 worth of equity. 228, 000, divided by 8. $30,000 a year. Free money. You got to live somewhere. Might as well make money off of it. Mine is about $300,000. I made about $75,000 every year, right? And his ain't even that good of an example. Somebody said I got a degree in Parks and Recs. I didn't know you can get a degree in Parks and Recs, and I'm a utility contract foreman. 27%. 27%. Do you think you can get a higher equity if you build a house or an apartment versus buying one? It depends. If I had to pick something specifically, you build more home equity in a home in more established neighborhoods than you do in a non-established neighborhood. Non-established neighborhoods generally are new construction. The school systems aren't built out as good because they haven't had the tax money to make these school systems good. So I'm gonna kind of give you a great example of how this whole system works when it comes to equity in your home and home value. A new home versus an old home. A new home, is probably a lot of commercial buildings in that area. Commercial buildings aren't taxed as high when it comes to the local development. There's probably not a lot of schools around there. So what happens is they build a neighborhood or multiple neighborhoods. Now they're starting to get more income because there's more single family homes in that area. That income comes in from the taxes come in from the homes, right? The taxes come in from the homes. So now the local officials say, yo, now we're making a decent amount of money. Now we got to allocate this money towards the schools. And now they can build better schools. They can expand the schools. They can pay the teachers more money. And now the teachers who want to be in those areas and who making more money, you get the better teachers. And that's what people want to live in those neighborhoods now, because now they have the best school ratings. But an established neighborhood has already done that. They've already built out the schools. They already pay the teachers the best. They already have the best school ratings. So those homes are already building more equity than anybody else. So people want to live in older homes. So you might get a cheaper home when you build it, but your equity builds faster in homes that are established because the schools are better. Because people who buy homes want to live in neighborhoods that have good schools. If you have good schools, then people will pay a premium to be in a good school district. So that's why it's good to live in a more established neighborhood than it is to build a home. Unless you get a super discounted home or something like that. But for equity purposes, a more established neighborhoods. Now, if you just want to do it, live in it for a couple of years and then sell it, Maybe. I mean, I can use my house as an example, right? If I bought a new construction down the street for $200,000 or $300,000, they might have a couple $100,000 worth of equity because people want to move in the neighborhoods now because the schools are booming. But this house already has established good neighborhoods or good schools. So my house just appreciates for me not even doing anything. And to me, older homes are better built. I don't know if anybody ever done any construction work on like a 1950s, 60s, 70s home. It's like damn, you need a damn gorilla to damn tear down some of these walls, man. And like some of this new construction crap, you see these videos on social media, like the walls ain't even touching, it's already cracking. You barely lean on it and put a hole in it. It's just not as built as good. They just throw shit so fast and it's not good quality. Versus some 60s, 70s, 80s, some 90s homes, they're like better built. Someone said Harris 2024. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I'm not even into politics. I'm not even into politics, man. But if I got to bring out Megan Thee Stallion twerking on stage for you to get my vote, you lost me. Both of them clowns lost me. Oh man. If you want to get into the mentorship, global, click the link in the bio. I don't know. I have different programs. I offer different stuff. This depends on what you want to do. Click the link in the bio and join the free class, and we can go from there. You have so much time on your hands. Yeah, that's what rich people do. I sit around and talk about money all day, right? I can talk to y'all, or I can talk to myself, right? My job or my work doesn't take a lot of time. However you want to call it, it's really not a job, right? So hold on, I'm gonna do some, watch this. And click, 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 and I'm done. And click, and I'm done, right? It doesn't take a lot, especially on Fridays, man. Especially if we have a lot of storms in the area. I don't know if anybody been paying attention to the weather, man, but it's storms in the area, man. It's kind of rough. Read my comment. Oh man. Oh yeah. Sorry, I just read it. Goober. It talked about mentorship, right? And for those, I'll give you a quick synopsis of mentorship and how I do things. I I'm kind of not necessarily a perfectionist. I always like to look at things from a perspective of an individual who's receiving something. So if an individual is receiving something from me, I always think to myself, is this person getting value from what I'm giving them? And I always try to look at it from that perspective. I always try to look at it as, and what I'm saying, can people do? And is it resonating with them? And is it applicable? And I try to like make stuff simple. And I try to make things more versus lectured, more like communicative. Like, ask me a question. We're having a conversation, not here, like you got taught in high school or some shit. Here's your lesson. Blah blah blah. The great Roman Empire. Blah 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 blah. Julius Caesar. Blah 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 blah. Any questions? I'm lost. Shut the hell up. Here's your test. I don't want it to be like that, right? I try to make it to where it's, everything. It's like a two-way street. Someone said, "Give me $150,000 right now. I bet I won't." Statistically, you will, man. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. What branch did you serve in? I'm retiring from the Navy, Air Force. I did 21 years in that hellhole. And the bad part about it is, I'm still part of like the community chat, and every once in a while, like I think we all need metrics or things to motivate us. Even I need motivation. And sometimes I get into my old chat, which I still have access to, and I see these dudes on here arguing and debating about shit all the time. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, man. Damn, I can't believe I used to deal with this shit every day. And it's like, one thing about the military is, it's like the littlest things are made to be out the biggest things. And the big shit, they almost sweep it under the rug or don't even talk about it. You know, it's so weird. And one thing about the military that I did not like, even though I'm not bashing the military, I wouldn't change it for the world. It's like they don't look at things from a dollar cost money management perspective. You know, me being super cheap and really money cognitive and money conscious, that side of me always irked my nerves when it comes to the military. We always threw money at problems. We just didn't. Sometimes, sometimes you can sit back and be like, yo, man, $10 and a few hours can fix this problem. And they'll say, no, we don't have the hours. Here's $100,000. We're done. And I'm just like, yo, 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 yo. And I hated that. I hated the fact that we would just throw money at problems. But, you know, they had a budget, and if we didn't hit the budget every year, they'll get mad at you. Sometimes they'll come down and say, hey, man, we got 3 weeks to spend $500,000. What you need? A couple of TVs? Cool. I'll give you 70 inches. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? The 55 inch is fine. No, we got to spend it. I was like, nah, man. It's just one thing I hate about the military. What's happening, brother? I have a deal right now, and I realized it wasn't a deal when I looked at the construction numbers. Yeah, that's why you do the due diligence. One thing that I always focus on in the mentorship, I always try to focus on teaching people how to evaluate deals, because once you kind of understand how to look at deals and you can do it in your sleep, you can just look at them really, really fast and you can dissect whether they're even worth it or not. Could I live with my parents and rent my place out on Airbnb? Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Or you don't necessarily have to do Airbnb. Airbnb is cool, but there's more methods than Airbnb. You got assisted living facility if you want to do that. You have corporate leases, you got that. You got short-term rentals, you got that. You got long-term rentals, you got that. And then you got a slew of other stuff that you can be putting your money into. It ain't necessarily it ain't necessarily it's more than one way to skin a cat, which I don't like that analogy, but it's more than one way to make money out there in the universe, right? I think you should look at your area, look at your demographic, look at your cost analysis. Like if an Airbnb to get all your furniture set up is $2,000, but a short term rental, or $3,000 or $5,000, but a short term rental or a corporate lease, you might can make more money, or even a long term rental. You don't have to put no money initially in it because you ain't got no money, but you won't make as much money long term. Or you do room share, right? You still live there, rent out a room, or just move into your parents' house and then find another place while you rent out the other one. You got options, young brother or sister. That's why we talk about these type of things, right? Say word. We need Bernie Sanders. Man, don't get me started. Beetlejuice for president. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a huge Beetlejuice fan. You mean like the black Beetlejuice or like the black and white Beetlejuice? Right? The black Beetlejuice. I can watch Beetlejuice clips comically for hours on end. Like I have my Achilles heels, right? I mean, I'm not a pro or a con against any social media platform, right? I fall into like the stroll traps just like everybody else, even though I hate doing it. Uh, I've been watching a lot of cat videos lately, and I hate cats, but When cats do stupid stuff, it's just entertaining. Anything Beetlejuice is super funny to me. Anybody getting chased by fake snakes on a golf course lately, I can watch that shit for hours on end and just laugh and laugh and laugh. I'm always a sucker for good conspiracy theories. I'm always a good sucker for money, anything. I love money hack videos too. I'm actually in talks with a guy who been following me a while. I didn't even know this. I was just strolling through and I never followed him, but I always see his stuff and I always engage with it. And then I was like, let me reach out to this dude. And he was like, yeah, he was following me. And I was like, oh shit. I followed him back and I started reaching out, man. Probably do some collabs because, that's how money thinks. That's how we work, man. That's how you get shit done, man. Start negotiating and working around other people that are doing stuff that's similar to what you're doing, right? Will the tax eat him up? Eat who up? Do you like stand-up comedians? Yeah, I used to be a stand-up. I did it for a little bit. It don't pay shit though. You gotta be a stand-up comedian for like 10 years before you make it. But a lot of the like bigger guys, y'all know now, I met all them guys in comedy clubs in Atlanta in the 90s. But cameras wasn't as disposable as accessible as they are now. So things like Mike Epps, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, uh, Arnaz Starr, Ellen, which, oh my goodness, please don't get me started on Ellen. She was a butthole then. And a lot of and Kevin Hart is shorter than you think, way shorter than you think. He was really little. I'm not a tall guy. I might be 5'9" on a good day, and Kevin Hart is a little dude. He was like here to me. Who else I met doing comedy clubs? They used to have artists come through. I met T.I. Jeezy was there. I met Jeezy he was thugged out. Yeah, I wish I had a camera back then, but you know. And I had a decent set. I think if I did it again, I think I could kill it. But I just don't have the time, nor do I want to sit around and tour the nation for pennies on the dollar. But one thing about me, like you have to have thick skin, and you got to have like when people I don't know if y'all know who Matt Rife is, right? Matt Rife he's good off the cusp of his head, right? You have to be when people talk, you have to be able to be able to kind of roast them or say stuff funny right off the top of your head. And then I wasn't good at that. I would get nervous. Like I could sit all day long. That means that I can do like an hour long segment. So whenever you get to the Netflix specials and stuff like that, when you don't get a lot of roasters and drunk people, I can do that shit all day long. But when I get heckled and harassed or people start talking shit, it really throws me off. And I just start talking shit back. But then sometimes my talk shit ain't funny. It's just kind of belittling and mean, which I don't. But I think I gotten better at roasting people, I guess. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Anyways, what are you referring to about renting a room? So if you go to Zillow has a feature on their phone. Just go to rent and then stroll down. It'll say rent the entire house or rent a room, meaning that you can rent out segments or compartmentalize your apartment or a place, and you can rent out portions of your home. So, and there's also multiple apps out there where you could just rent um, places in your house. So another thing that you probably can do is, if you wanted to, you can rent out places in your house for people who want a studio, or you can do I forgot what's called. It's not garage mates. You can like say if you had a 2-car garage, but you don't even use it because you park outside, or you park on half of the garage and you have another half. People who have like really nice cars, they want to park their car in the garage, or they want to store. A guy told me he rented out his garage to a guy who had a band, and the band would come and they would need their instruments at any given time. And he gave them a little garage clicker, and they would come in, they would use the garage clicker or let them know they're on the way. And he will either open the garage and mute them out there or whatever, and then open up the garage or have the little keypad or something. You could change the keypad code, and then go in there, they get their stuff, and then they go do their gigs, and then when they're done, they come open the garage back and put it up. They lived in an apartment, they didn't have nowhere to store their stuff, right? And he was renting that out to them for a couple $100, $100 or something like that. You never know what people need to store their stuff. There's so many creative ways to make money out here, people, and I don't see why in 2024 people are still broke or people still struggle, because there's some it's a good idea. You can rent out rooms. There's people who want like a studio space, just like there's people who do podcasts and they have an apartment but they have no place to do it, so they'll rent out your room and they'll go in there and do like their podcast and stuff like that, and you charge them, I don't know, $600-700 a month. They just leave their stuff set up. If you want to put a lock on the door, hey, I'm coming over, I need to do an episode. All right, so I'll be here. I'm here from here to here. Come in there, they go in there, they film, they whatever you got to do, and then they bounce. They just leave the setup there. Rent out your room, rent out your garage, right? Pool renter. Let's say you have a pool. You could rent out your pool in your backyard to people who want to throw a pool party. Like say if your daughter or something like that's turning 10 and she want to go to a pool party, but nothing's available. They go to pool renter and you rent out your pool for $100. And then you say, hey, $100 to rent it. I have a grill. You want to use my grill? It's going to be $50, and I'll fill up the propane tank. And then they're not going to use the whole fucking propane tank. Let's be real. And I have floatables. The floatables are $10 to rent. Let's say you have 10 floatables. So now you made $250 to let someone swim in your backyard and use your grill. I mean, come on, dog. For 3 hours? I don't know why everybody ain't doing this stuff, especially in Florida, where I'm at. Like, everybody loves pools. Like, every other house in my neighborhood has a pool. Just something to think about, man. If you have a car that you don't use, rent out your car. People need cars to drive Uber and Lyft. I'm in the process of looking at another car, and I got my hoopty outside. Hell, you want to go down and do some DoorDash in this little thing? Go ahead. You get good gas mileage. Don't take it on the highway, though. It's shake over 60. But my friends, thank y'all for hanging out. Oh shit, I didn't mean to send you an invite, sir. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know if you're even in here anymore, but I apologize if you are. But thank y'all for being here. I'm about to get off. I got some stuff I need to do. I hope y'all found value in anything that I said. And I hope that you out there continue to learn and continue to grow and continue to push yourself financially, because scared money don't make money, and you will not get ahead in life doing the same stuff that you've done for the rest of your whole previous life, right? You ever heard the expression, um, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result? It's the same thing when it comes to your money. If you're doing the same stuff that society told you to do, you're doing the same stuff that your parents told you to do, same stuff your teachers told you to do, your best friends, your co-workers, your teachers, your college professors, you're doing the same thing that they told you to do, and they're not successful. What do you think is going to happen with you? You think it's just going to be a magic pill? Oh man, you're smarter than the people around you. You might be smarter than the people around you, but you're going to be a product of your environment. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. If everybody around you smoking weed and playing video games, you're gonna be probably smoking weed and playing video games. If everybody you associating with and hanging around with are talking about real estate, owning your own business, how to minimize my taxes, how to maximize my 401k, ETFs, how to better my credit, business funding, business credit, and that type of stuff like that, what you think gonna happen, right? You know, what's crazy is too, when I get around my siblings, we're not here to talk about no kids. I don't give a shit about no quinceañera. I don't give a damn about a homecoming. We don't talk like that. We straight dollars. Hey man, I got a guy that get, hey, you trying to put a car in your business name? Go to this guy. Oh shit. That means if I can get my car out my personal name and get in my business name, that could free up my debt to income ratio, and I can qualify for more property. Well, you should be putting your properties in your name, right? This the LLC structure you probably should be having anyways, right? And it's like 2 hours. All we do is talk about money. Boop, 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 boop. And then after we're done, after we vent out everything we've been working on for the last 6 months or a year, then we can talk about grandkids or some shit like that. But it's not like that, right? It's kind of crazy. It's almost we have like no regular family dynamic, and I can appreciate that because I don't want to talk about that shit. I don't want to talk about graduations. I don't give a fuck about that. Let's make some money, right? That's why you need to start hanging around the right people, right? And I offer a free class that talks about this type of stuff. So click the link in the bio. Click the link in the bio. Join the free class, and if you want to hang around other people that's like-minded, because I host a class and we do it every Friday, and we sit there and talk about money for a couple hours or even more every week. You want to have these type of conversations, right? You find value in this type of stuff. You like this type of stuff. Let's get started. If not, continue to do the same thing you've been doing your whole life. And 5 years from now, you're going to say, damn, I should listen to this guy. Best time to start investing in yourself is yesterday. Second best time is today. See y'all at the top. If not, oh well. Later, dudes.